Welcome back to another episode of the Know Your Power podcast. I'm your host, Kendall Aaliyah.
And I'm Julia Renee. Magical times.
Beautiful times. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Can you tell we're excited?
Julia had the first note on today's episode, and I'm so curious as to what it is. It says on the notes, I rock, paper, scissored for the Stairmaster and lost. And I just don't even know what you mean.
Yeah. It's literally what it means.
Who did you rock, paper, scissors? Why?
Some random other guy bodybuilder at my gym. So at my gym,
there's only like two Stairmasters,
there's
right?
three, but two are out of order. And I'm like, you guys need to fix this problem because I hate the treadmill.
Yeah.
I said that weird. I hate the treadmill.
I saw your rant about that part, and I was like, I cannot relate. Because you were like, I could walk on the Stairmaster all day. Treadmill, no. And I'm like, I am literally so the opposite.
You like knife to face. You're going to walk on the treadmill or you're going to do the Stairmaster for a day straight. I'm like, Stairmaster.
I'm so, like, you would have to give me, actually, I was going to say like $1 million, but like not that, that's a little much. But like $100, I'll do Stairmaster. Free? No way.
$100?
I'm not opting into that for free.
I would, I definitely did. Anyway. To the point where like I literally rock, paper, scissored him for it. So I walk in and I've already done a really long workout and I'm already really tired. And now I have 30 minutes of post-workout cardio instead of 20 minutes. And like me and this guy both walk in and there's one guy on the only Stairmaster that's available. And he turns and looks at both of us. He's like, I only have a minute left, like letting us know that we can go on it. Yeah. And me and him both look at each other. We're like,
whose idea was it to rock, paper, scissors?
Mine. Because like there might be people that's like, why didn't he give it to you? And it's like, I don't feel that like someone deserves it over somebody else. But obviously, like if someone was in there first, then of course, like maybe they would get it. But I looked at him and I was like, rock, paper, scissors for it. And he's like, you're on. And we're sitting there in the middle. And our cardio studio, they make it dark in there and there's like blue lights and stuff. So I'm sitting there like drenched in sweat, dripping. And I'm like, I was like, we're going on shoot. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Lost.
Was it like best 2 out of 3 or just
best
one?
Best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
I lost.
You lost.
Thought about it too much. Aww. Yeah. Usually when you think too hard, when you're doing rock, paper, scissors, you end up losing and doing the wrong thing. Yeah. When you don't think, you end up winning. So I was thinking too much. So he went on and we had this conversation and I felt like I found my Stairmaster soulmate because he felt the same way about the treadmill as I did. Like literally exactly the same.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that feel that way. I'm just not one of them.
He's like, are you on prep? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm on prep too. I'm like about 5 weeks out or whatever. Yeah. And we talked about that. And he's like, man, he's like, I hate the treadmill. I was like, I hate it too. He's like, it takes me so long to get my heart rate up. He's like, I feel like I have to run in order to. And he's like, on the Stairmaster, he's like, I don't even have to go that high on the levels. My heart rate just spikes. It's just way more efficient. And I was like, yes.
See, that's fair. If you were comparing,
I agree with you.
If you're comparing, okay, Kendall, would you rather do an hour on the Stairmaster, hour on treadmill? I'm picking treadmill. But if you are asking me, would you rather burn 100 calories on the Stairmaster or 100 on the treadmill? I would pick Stairmaster just for the efficiency of it.
Yes, I'm like trying to work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Like less time on there. You could honestly usually go at a slower pace. Like I go on like 4 speed on the Stairmaster and my heart rate's like all the way up. It's better now that I've been actually doing cardio. My heart is a little healthier, but still like it doesn't take my body a lot to get my heart rate up. I get it.
Was like, so the treadmill is super close to that one Stairmaster. So we both like go on our separate things and I go onto the treadmill and of course like I'm already walking on speed 4.5 and my heart rate is just like
non-existent.
And my shins are hurting and I'm like, well, we're going to have to run. And I don't want to run in order to get my heart rate up because I already have to do that mile in the morning, which hurts my shins and it's taxing on my body. So I don't want to do more than that mile of running so that I can start like really taxing my physique even more than it already is. So I'm literally running and I'm like, okay, finally I got my heart rate up because I need my heart rate to be at 135 for all my cardio sessions, like when I'm doing my steady state. It's just, that's what my coach wants. So I'm like, okay, we got it at 145. And then I'm like, okay, let's put it back to speed 4. Boom, 128. And then I'm like, okay, we're going again. And then 20 minutes of me doing that goes by and the guy gets off of the stairmaster. And I glanced over him during like my minute 15. He's over there on speed 3 with his heart rate all up.
Probably texting away, watching something.
Yes, and I'm over here like dying. Yes, I give him a little stank eye, but he told me when he was done, and I was like, I'm doing my last 10 minutes on the stair. I don't even care. Yeah. Wiped out my machine.
As you should.
Did that last 10 minutes. So yeah, that was
I've been a big like outdoor cardio person recently. Just like runs and walks outside instead. I feel like I'm just I went on the treadmill the other day and I was like, my shins hurt, my ankles hurt. Like it just doesn't feel good. They're not like built for that. Something I've discovered recently, which my gym has always had it, but I haven't been on one in years, is one of those like assault treadmills. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the ones where you have to like make it move.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. That is my favorite. So I hit legs on Monday. Now it's Wednesday and my legs and my abs are still sore. And I think it's just because I started with sprints on there. I did like 5 sprints and it goes, for those who don't know, it's like a treadmill that has like the weird tracking on it. Yeah. And there's no like speed button, no timer button. There's really no buttons at all.
Kill me.
As you move, it matches your speed essentially. So if you're sprinting as hard as possible, like you're truly sprinting as hard as possible. Like there's no cap on it, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I did like 5 sprints, 30 seconds as fast as I could run. And my body just like died instantly. And then I went into a really heavy quad focused leg day, but such a fun way to do cardio for me because it's just like different. Like I haven't done that in forever. I could see you not enjoying it.
Sounds like the worst.
They're really hard to stop on. Like you can't walk on them.
I know. It's just like, how do you stop? Do you just have to slow down?
I hop off and then I'll do like a weird walk stride, but it's like impossible. I think they're solely for like running and sprinting.
Yeah. All the girls that like sprint and they do like TikToks or reels about it, they're always on those. And I'm like, never in my life. Nope.
I think that's what inspired me. Nope. I saw a girl running on it and I was like, she looks really good. Does that mean
that machine equal I look like that?
Yes, sign me up.
Okay, I'll go. Runs 1 minute, passes out.
No, honestly, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for 5 minutes, and then you can't control your speed, so I'm like 30 seconds in, sprinting my heart out, can't slow down. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna do sprints.
Can't slow. You can't stop me now.
It's honestly kind of scary.
I mean, honestly.
Okay, we're going to go into some activewear talk. I feel like we haven't talked about brands in a minute besides doing the whole like what your gym wear says about you. But today we're actually going to dive into some of the top brands in the industry right now and talk about like their quality, their pricing, is it worth getting, and just give you our opinions. Obviously, we're different people. So if you have a different opinion, you go ahead and share it. I'm just going to be sharing mine.
Okay.
And then we can debate some things. So just to give a rundown, we have Buffbunny, Alphalete, Oner, Darc Sport, Gymshark, and Lululemon. Those are the ones we're talking about today. If you want a second rendition of this, there's hundreds of brands out there. I feel
like those are like the main ones, at least like the
I agree.
More like influencer brands or online ones. I couldn't think of any other ones that I could be missing, but leave it in the comments if you have them.
Yeah.
So we can go over
because even when we've done though, like what your gym wear says about you, people always mention brands and I'm like, how did I forget that that's a huge brand?
I know.
Anyway, starting with Buffbunny, first off, we have quality and I just ranked these out of 10 and I want your input on all of these too. I gave them an 8.5 out of 10. What would you give them on quality?
I think that's good. I feel like a 9 is like, I
didn't give anyone a 9.
Like it's hard.
I gave Lululemon a 9 to spoil the future, just because I feel like their quality is so like standard, set, you know. Versus Buffbunny, I feel like some things can fluctuate, but overall their quality is really good. Like it's pushing a 9, but keeping it at 8.5. I'm wearing a full
Buffbunny set today,
and it's cute.
It's always like my most comfortable thing to wear, and I know that like everything's going to stay put. Yeah. I know that I'm going to be like comfortable. Like I'm just going to be hanging around the house today and I can wear this set all day and know that I'm comfortable. But then I also can wear it to the gym if I want to train.
Yeah. Versus there's some brands out there where you're like, after an hour, you're like, it's squishing my stomach. It's digging in here. Exactly. I agree. Buffbunny, just to go into like some likes and dislikes, their stuff is first off really comfortable, also really cute and really unique. I feel like sometimes when I see something, like if you ask me what I thought what you were wearing today, I would probably guess Buffbunny. Like you can just tell their look because they're different from other brands on the market versus certain brands like kind of could go like mesh together, if that makes sense. I feel like we've talked about this, but they're made by a woman and you can tell.
Yes.
I feel like all their designs are really thought out with like the female body and physique and how they fit. I wrote down the size range for all of these because I do think that's important. They had the best size range of extra, extra small to 3XL, which I think is super important and should honestly be a standard, but it's not. So I think that's also super important and such a representation of the company, basically.
And one thing that I like that they do with their content on social media is they'll show the same outfit in two different sizes. So maybe there's like, and here's someone wearing a medium, here's someone wearing an XL, here's like a double XX small, extra small.
I'm like, I can't talk about like, sizes. I feel stupid.
XXS, and then like an extra large or something. And I love like seeing how it looks on different physiques because there's a lot of brands that only put models that are like the same size on.
So hard, especially when they use and like not body shaming people who aren't super muscular either, but when I see activewear on like a traditional model, quote unquote, where it's not on a bodybuilder or not on someone with like a ton of muscle mass, it's so hard to tell how those pieces actually fit. So I really love the companies that do that, and Gymshark started doing that within the last year or two as well, and because I think it's so important.
Bullied into it.
We need to bully more brands into it because truly as a consumer, especially if it is an online only brand, I want to see how it's going to fit on a real body, like not on a Photoshop body, not on one type of body or one color of body. Like I like seeing a range, and they definitely have the range down.
Exactly. Yeah. And especially because not only just like bodybuilders, but there's a lot of women that have like bigger breasts, bigger glutes, like bigger thighs. But then there's also some women that have smaller boobs and then maybe like a more narrow waist or whatever. And seeing how it looks on different body types helps so much more, because then you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like her boobs are about the size of, okay, I need to get this size. And now like it's easy. I know what size I am. In Buffbunny, I wear almost every bra is a large top and it fits me great. And every bottom I wear a medium because I like my stuff like to be a lot tighter.
Do you feel like their sizing super consistent?
It's very consistent. Okay, like I enjoy that I can go on their website and be like, okay, I already know. And that's because I worked with them for years too. But it is very consistent. One thing that I would say, if we're going to go into like dislikes, is that sometimes some of the bras, my boobs will kind of come out the sides a little bit. I also have implants. So when you have implants, like your boob shape is just kind of different than like a natural boob shape. So there's some where I feel like my boob is coming out the side, but like this one, no, like I feel very, I feel very held in. Yeah. But they actually have bras that they recommend that are for girls with bigger breasts.
I love that.
And they like have that little section, and those are amazing. They're incredible. I bought some for my mom who also has bigger boobs, and she really enjoyed them too. So I've always wanted to be the girl that wears like the tiny, and I used to be before I had implants, like I wore those little tiny bralette, and I just think they're so cute, but sometimes they just don't work for
I agree. It just depends on the cut too. And like, I don't have a big chest and I don't have implants, but they're also not so small where certain cuts on me, even I'm like, this is way too much boobage for the gym.
And sometimes it hurts. Like, you know, it's actually, of course it might be really cute for like a photo or something like that, but if you're training and then maybe doing cardio after, you go home and you have like the digs.
I have one from Nike and it's in my normal size and it makes my boobs look great because it's pushing them up. But like for real, my shoulders are red for like a full 24 hours after I wear that one, where I'm like, it's not even worth it and it doesn't feel good. So I like that they do that though and advertise to like very different body types or show different ones or recommend different ones. Are they worth the price? I said yes. I also did note like the price range for everyone. I would say they're kind of in like the middle range where all of their bottoms, and of course there's outliers for everything I'm going to say throughout this whole list. But on average, their bottoms are 45 to 75 and their tops are 45 to 55, which I feel like isn't super expensive. It's not like an Aloe, a Lululemon, but it's also not like super affordable. Yes. You know what I mean? Do you think they're worth their price?
I definitely do. I think it's pretty moderate, considering, and there's a lot of options for different sizes too. So you know how some brands, it's like, okay, it's very clear that there's only one body type that can shop here. Yep. So I feel like if you're going like into the fitness space and you're wanting to branch out in different activewear, Buffbunny is like, I feel like you can't miss. I agree. I feel like
that's why they're ranked number 1.
Yeah.
I don't even own that much Buffbunny, but the few things I do own, I feel like are just great quality, and I feel like she is super mindful of her target audience and all of the things. So,
and some of the things that I have from them, because I worked with them like a couple years ago, I've had them 4 years and they haven't dwindled in quality. Like this set is from so many launches ago, and I don't have any holes in it. Like nothing is wrong.
Also important. I love to see it. My overall rating for them was a 9 out of 10. What would you give them?
I think a 9 out of 10 because they hit like all of the aspects so perfectly to where I feel like it's a really incredible choice where it's like, if you're thinking about, okay, let's check price. Let's check like equality with size. Let's check like the cute styles and designs. Then
they're doing it all. I didn't have a single negative written. So
also,
I think that's a good sign.
One negative for me, and I think they kind of changed this though, is that some of their launches, and I love the way that they do launches to where, you know, they tease it and there's each launch has a theme. And I love that they do that. And I'm pretty sure that's how they still do it from when I worked with them. But there was some times where their themes and patterns were too out there for me personally.
Same.
And this is just like a personal preference. Some people love them. Like, for example, I remember there was this one time they did a mad scientist theme for Halloween, and I'm not a Halloween person. Like, I don't decorate for Halloween. I just have never done that. So some of the patterns were very like neon and like some of the patterns were just like weird, and I don't really like patterns on my clothes very often, and that's just a personal preference.
And of course they have options where like they have the basics and the blacks and the tans and the like very basic colors, but I'm the same way. And I think that's why, like, I'm just not a super girly girl, so I don't often like gravitate towards Buffbunny because I feel like a lot of their options are very like girly sometimes, just with like the colors and everything. But I also just like don't wear color a lot anyway, so that's just on me.
But what I noticed, at least throughout the years, is that they've actually changed, their aesthetic has changed a little bit more to being more like clean girl-ish, which I feel like a lot of people are moving in that direction. And I actually was on their website the other day because they were having their big summer sale.
They're still having it.
It might still be going on by the time you listen to it, because I know it was maybe the month of July or something. But when I was looking at all of the stuff that was on sale, all of it was very like clean. And that's what I like. Like, it was, I didn't see like crazy patterns or anything. No mad scientists. But I was like, whoa. I was like, I want everything.
I like that they're creative though.
Yes.
The next brand we have is Alphalete. I gave them the same quality rating as an 8.5 out of 10. Do you agree?
I agree.
Okay. Likes and dislikes. I did have a little more dislikes for them. Still mostly positive though, but I want to say that's why they're ranked number 2 for me.
I'm also going to go to their Instagram while you do this.
Okay. What I was going to say is I see Alphalete on a very similar level as Buffbunny as far as like quality and how their clothes fit and how they flatter certain body types. I would say a negative is I feel like, one, they are always out of stock of like my size or like the color I want in every size, and yet they keep it on the website, which I get is probably just easier for them. But I hate when I go to a website and I'm excited to buy something and then they're completely sold out, you know? And I feel like they have the funds to keep more stock in play. Maybe they just are really selling that much consistently, which good for them. But I feel like every time a new color is put on their website, it's gone that same day, which is unfortunate for someone who wants to buy their clothes. I would say this is a positive because it's still a decent size range. It's not quite as big as Buffbunny, but none of the rest of these brands are, is they are double X, extra small to double XL, which I think is a decent size range. It's not anything mind blowing or crazy, but I like that it is somewhat inclusive on the smaller to larger range. And
what I'm noticing too, because I know that Alphalete like a while ago was getting some beef because all of their athletes and the people that they would post were all like the same size.
I feel like, is that still true?
But now, okay, I'm seeing a little bit like where I'm looking at a video right now and there's like different size ranges. They've posted a video kind of recently where they're showing what an extra small looks like, what a large looks like, and what a medium looks like, and that's really cool. But it is still, if we're talking like percentage, it's still 90% of the people that are on the page have one specific look.
Agreed.
And 10% they look different. And that's like including like petite sizes. It's mainly like petite sizes that are
and that's
on
something
there.
I feel like is
and there's also no women that have like muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no plus size women.
And what upsets me a little bit is they have sponsored athletes that have muscle. And it's like, are you just choosing not to show them or do shoots with them, you know? So they're one of those brands like we were alluding to when praising Buffbunny about their inclusivity. Mm-hmm. Alphalete's, it's just their marketing. So like their size range is a little bit inclusive, right? Not the best we've ever seen, but also not the worst, especially on this list. I think it comes down to their marketing. So that's where it's hard because it's like, I do love their apparel and I love how it fits. I love their colors. I do think they could be better on the marketing front and being more inclusive and more like brand friendly to other body types. And when it comes down to like a Buffbunny or a Gymshark, when you're actually shopping and you're only seeing one body type and it's not your body type, it's hard to know how the clothes fit. It like makes you not want to buy it because you're like, well, I don't look like that. You know what I mean?
This reminds me, because I have a lot of stuff from Alphalete that I really love and does fit me well. But it's frustrating to not be able to see what it looks like on someone else's kind of physique. And they make this one bra that's like that, you know, that really teeny brown bra that I have, really small, and it comes with that top, and it's a long sleeve, but it's like
a shawl, right? Yeah, or whatever like those are called.
So I bought my size that I know that I am in Alphalete.
Yeah.
But if I would have known maybe how that shawl would have fit a girl that has a wider back, maybe I wouldn't have bought it. I still love it and I still wear it, but getting it on and it being comfortable is difficult because my back is too wide for it. Maybe that's my fault. I should have got a size up, but I'm seeing it on certain physiques and I wouldn't have known. So that's something that can be frustrating. Another thing that I feel like that you can almost tell, I think it's also because you see the contrast of Buffbunny and Alphalete, and it's obviously Heidi Summers and Christian Guzman, and they're married now. So it's like one of them, you can tell it's like very feminine and inclusive, and the other one, it's almost like Alphalete. You can tell that it's run by a man.
Yeah.
And that's no shade to any companies run by a man, just because the designs have a little bit more of like a masculine feel. And I'm not here saying that Christian Guzman is the one that's designing all of the things. We don't know that. So they could very well have women designing the women's side. And I feel like over the years, it's gotten so much better with the women's side to where there's more intricacy with the bra designs and stuff like that. And you can tell that they're really thinking about us as women. So it's just like, if we're looking at like the look and the marketing look, Buffbunny, you can tell it's like, oh, it's like women and it's feminine. Yeah. And when you're looking at Alphalete, like the look, it's more like a little more masculine.
I think that's why I preferred Alphalete for a while. Like typically if I'm buying shorts, like Alphalete just fit me my favorite, but I feel like their color palette is more my color palette, if that makes sense. While I view, and of course they're changing and always adding new things. So this isn't like super true, but I'm saying in like the grand scheme of both of the brands, Buffbunny is far more of like a pastel, like girly color palette. Well, yes, Alphalete's definitely more masculine, which it's just a preference at the end of the day. And I think their clothes are good. I think their marketing could and should be better. Yeah. More inclusive. Do you think they're worth the price? I will say they are also in that mid-range, around the same as Buffbunny, except their tops are actually a little less expensive. Granted, they're not running a sale right now like Buffbunny is. But their bottoms are typically $48 to $70 and their tops are $35 to $50. And I said, yes, I think that's worth it.
Too. Yeah. I think they are too. And I think my favorite things that I have from Alphalete are I'm almost thinking
Amplify.
Yes. The Amplify shorts and leggings, they're always good. Like no matter what. I have
never bought an Alphalete top personally.
I think I have a couple of them.
I know.
But they weren't big boob girl friendly and I was like a little like self-conscious at the gym, but and then the other ones that I have, they're not the Amplify, but they actually have the little scrunch and they're way more stretchy. I love wearing those like when I'm traveling and stuff and they make your glutes look really big.
Are they the Vital? Or no, that's Gymshark. I don't know.
I know we're getting
so many names.
Gymshark, the Vital, Seamless, all these things.
Overall, I actually changed it as we were talking. I originally gave them a 9 out of 10. I was not thinking about their marketing at all. I was like thinking just about their apparel. But as a grand scheme of a brand, I docked them 0.5 to an 8.5. I would say they're in like an 8 to 8.5 range out of 10.
For overall? I think so. Okay. I'm leaning more towards 8 just because when you put it next to Buffbunny, where they're hitting all of the things, like they're hitting the marketing, they're hitting the quality, they're hitting the inclusivity and all of that stuff. Maybe to an 8. Sorry, girls win.
My bad.
Girls rule, boys rule.
The next thing on the list is Oner Active. I haven't tried them, but I saw you got a package recently with a bunch of Honors. So do you want to go through them or do you want to skip them? Okay.
I'll do it. So I have been curious about, because this brand has been exploding a lot lately. So I bought 3 outfits and I've been really into like my matching outfits again. So I bought an all black outfit where I got a bra, a bottom, and a cover up of some sort, whether it was like a t-shirt or a jacket. So I got 3 different colors and I tried to buy different things so I can see how they felt. The quality is definitely like a 9 out of 10. Okay, like good. The quality is very much, and you could tell almost immediately when you're taking things out of the package, the quality of like the fabric and just how it's like some sturdy fabric. So I would say the quality is definitely there. My likes for it is that the colors I just love the colors.
They're really good at like muted colors, which I love.
I love all the muted colors. They're really awesome, and they do really great like cover-ups, because I don't like to wear, I typically don't like to wear pump cover t-shirts to the gym. I would prefer to wear like a little jacket. Like that's just like more my style. And I feel like super put together when I do that. And I feel like they nailed those jackets. Like they're so good. I'm definitely going to buy
crop tops
more.
too. I plan on doing a big Oner order soon.
Yes.
Saying Oner and order together is a tongue twister.
Definitely. And what I really liked is what I tried to do for this brand is I wanted to really test their teeny tiny bras and see how they fit on me. So I got one of those little bandeau bras, and then I got a halter bra, you know, the ones that show like your back. We were talking about those a couple weeks.
I'm like on their website right now.
And I was like, I'm going to buy these on purpose because I want to see if this brand is a brand that I can actually start investing some more money into. The bandeau bra, all my bras I got a large, and I got mediums on the bottoms, and all the tops I got mediums because I like them to be tighter. And all of the bras that were teeny tiny still kept my boobs in and everything.
Good.
And I was like, yes, finally. The thing that I dislike, and this is just a personal preference, is that because I like to wear my shorts so short, there's almost no brand that makes shorts as short as I want them.
Yeah.
And I need to do a little bit more research and see if they have shorter options for their shorts.
Most of them seem longer, just being on their website right now.
And I hate the way that looks on me. So I roll mine up anyways. And I do that even with shorts that are like the Alphalete, the ones that we really enjoy, or even my Buffbunny ones that I really enjoy. Even if they're the short ones, I still roll them up. And that's just my personal preference. Majority of girls do not like wearing their shorts that short. Yeah. They don't. I've gotten a lot of, I am very much the outlier, but me, I'm like, can we at least have one? I'm like, I want one that makes me look like I'm wearing underwear, but I'm not wearing underwear. And this is literally like, I don't expect
You're
them.
You're self-aware that this is a you thing.
Don't expect them to cater to the 1% on that is just me.
I want to get your input because I have seen some reviews that their bottoms are like too tight, like squeeze your stomach.
They are very tight. Okay. So I always get mediums in my shorts and my leggings because, like, for example, like these I'm wearing right now, they have a lot of stretch.
Yeah. I'm always a medium person.
Boom.
Yeah.
I could have probably gotten a large if I wanted to, and it would have been the same amount of snap, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As the leggings I'm wearing now, but I really enjoyed it, and I haven't yet worn the shorts yet to the gym. So I'm curious if that tightness that's around the stomach that keeps everything in is just as tight as it is like around your quads. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's my fear, where I don't mind shorts being too tight, but I do mind once they get to the tightness where they like compress the butt. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm really curious, and that's why I haven't bought from them yet, is people keep saying like they're so hard to get on, they hurt your stomach, like that's how tight they are. And I'm like, no way they look good on the glutes then, but then I see them on all the models and I'm like, they look really good on their glutes. So it's so hard to tell as someone who hasn't tried the brand yet.
Yes. So you definitely could have like sized up. I think I got I can't remember which one.
That's okay.
But I posted it on by now I've already made a post about it. So you already know on my Instagram. But definitely they're tight. If you like, and I put them on and I was like, yes, I was like, finally something that's like not loosey goosey, not going to just like roll down, but also it could lean into that area of like, ow, this hurts. Yeah. If you're someone that doesn't want that much.
I don't love when fabrics are like too buttery, where I feel like they're like not doing anything for my body, that they're just kind of like resting there. But I also don't love feeling super constricted and now like my roll is rolling over the top because I'm being squeezed.
There's definitely a pretty good level of compression, like even in the leggings. I
gotta order a pair and just see.
Yeah, they were insane.
Worth the price. And just to give the price for people who don't know about the brand, bottoms seem to be like $45, $55 for like shorts and leggings. And then I don't see, actually it is on here. Tops are like $30 to $45-ish, like some outliers.
I would say it's definitely worth it because the quality is very much there.
Yeah. And that's more affordable than the other two brands so far. So
yes. And I'd say, let's look at I've been looking at their Instagram a lot lately, and there is inclusivity for sure.
Yeah, I feel like more of a range of a muscular body type and some plus size models, which I appreciate. I do think, of course, they could be better, but I think, again, just comparing anyone to like a Buffbunny who does it best is so hard.
Exactly.
But like them compared to Alphalete, they're definitely more inclusive with just seeing different body types, which I think is important.
So like inclusivity level right now with muscular, petite, plus size, like everything, even like skin color, like all of these things. I would say Buffbunny's first, then Oner Active, then Alphalete.
Agreed.
So I think that's incredible. Like, and they have all different shapes and sizes and colors and all of the things. And I love that. So I need to do more research.
What is their overall rating out of 10?
I'm like, I would give them a 9 out of 10.
We can put these above Alphalete. If.
Ooh. I'm like, now I'm like, would I order them first before I would order Alphalete? I think I might.
Okay.
So maybe
You got this.
So maybe it goes.
It's also not the end of the world.
I know. I'm like, my whole life is riding on this.
You're like, I don't want our audience to change.
I'm thinking it's like Buffbunny if we're hitting all of the things.
I put Oner right in the middle because I haven't tried them. So I just didn't know.
Then Oner Active, then Alphalete. Okay. But all of these, it's so close, guys. It's so close.
So overall, like a 9 or like an 8.75?
I'd give them I'd give them a 8.75. Okay. So it's like right under, but it's like almost, and that's only because I haven't bought enough of their stuff yet and tried it all.
They're also a newer brand too, which I feel like they're growing really fast, and we're going to see like more and more launches. And their newest collection is like super colorful. Like I went on their website and it's like pink and yellow and purple. Yeah. So I feel like they're slowly like increasing their range of just everything, which is good to see. Okay, next up we have Darc Sport. Quality, I gave a 7 out of 10. Would you agree?
Accurate. It could even be a 6 or a 6.5.
Okay, we can lower it. These next three, by the way, I ranked all very similarly. So they're kind of all interchangeable. This list isn't like set in stone by any means. It also depends like how I'm feeling.
It's also our opinion. Allegedly.
Okay, likes. I think they do have like a cool style. They have like 100%. Really clear marketing and a certain like target audience. Yep. And I feel like they changed some of the gym wear world because they were one of the first to bring like an edgy style into the gym space, which I think is good. I think some negatives is a lot of their designs are like very logo heavy. So if you're someone like the set you're wearing is super minimalistic, you don't have the brand in your face. Exactly.
I really don't.
So if you're someone who doesn't, I wouldn't say this brand is like necessarily for you because I feel like they're very branded, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I haven't bought a lot from them, but I follow this guy that breaks down like all activewear. I think just all brands in general, where he'll like, I don't know how he knows these things, but he like knows manufacturing side of things, and he'll break down like the quality of a shirt, the fabrics it's made out of, how much he would expect it to cost on the manufacturing front. Cool. And he ranked that their t-shirts were some of like the cheapest, just like cheapest made. And I know people really love their pump covers. And I think like if it's a t-shirt, it's not that deep. You don't need the best quality in the world, but that is something to note where he was like, I could tell this was like more cheaply made compared to other brands out there. So I was just trying to think of different positives and negatives. Oh, also, I want to backtrack because Oner Active size range we didn't talk about because I want to talk about Darc Sports. So before we get into Darc Sports, I'm just going to pull up a random pair of shorts on Oner and see what theirs is. They are extra small to 2XL. So again, like not a Buffbunny, but still pretty inclusive. Darc Sport, I would say my biggest negative, they are only, a few outliers had extra small. Most of their pieces are just small to large, which I think is like,
it's small. It's small, medium,
so
large.
So outdated. Like it is 2024.
Like that's it.
Yeah. Which I was honestly shocked. I think I didn't even know that until I was like doing research
forgot about
for this.
That.
Yeah.
I remember like even for me, I was like, I don't even think I'm a large. Like I don't know.
So that's something I don't love to see. Also on their marketing front, they definitely have a body type they go after, and it's definitely like the bodybuilder look. Yeah. So I do think it's like not the most inclusive, but also since it is branded so for bodybuilders, I almost understand. Like I rather see a range of muscular body types than like just one body type, if that makes sense. So at least they have a lot of like muscular
At least they're saying this is what we do, and this is they're putting themselves like in a box, but they're saying this is what we do. This is who we are. Like when you know Darc Sport, you know it is like this is like the bodybuilder brand, and it's like at least we know. With the other brands, it's like they don't have a specific. Theirs is so niched down. Yeah. So like Alphalete, Oner Active, Buffbunny, theirs is not as niched down as Darc Sport, to where it's like they pride themselves in like the community and like the ride or die. And people really love that, and they love to feel like they're a part of something, which is really cool in a sense. And most of their athletes, I believe, are IFBB pros. And I feel like it might be a requirement to be an IFBB pro in order to be, but I'm not sure.
Or at least it's like most of their athletes are that. Looking at their Instagram and their marketing, I feel like they do it in such a different way compared to all the brands we've talked about so far are very like, this is how the clothes look on this body. And like, doesn't this body look so good? So you want to buy these clothes versus like looking at their page, it's very just their branding and their clothes first. It's not about their athletes and their bodies, if that makes sense. And even if it is like a post showing their body, it's like a stage shot, you know? So I feel like that's just so different compared to like, if you look at this and then look at Alphalete's, like that is such like a striking difference. 100%. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like their Instagram is like a work of art.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like you can tell every single post is really carefully thought out of where they'll show like a product photo. And when it's just, if any brand has gotten the best at branding, it's them. Yeah. You know, like
brand identity is for sure there.
That's it. That's what it is.
They should be studied on that front.
Yes.
Okay, worth the price. I would say yes. They're a little lower than like a Buffbunny or an Alphalete where they're tops. I like how consistent their pricing is. All of their bottoms are $55. All of them for women. Okay. I didn't look at men's. Okay. I just love consistency because you know what you're getting into. You know what to save up for the next launch and stuff like that. Versus sometimes you go to like a Buffbunny and it's like, oh, the leggings I want are 70 when I thought they were 45. You know, like there's more of a range. And then all of their tops are like $30 to $50 depending on like, are you getting a hoodie or are you getting like a sports bra, you know? So I say yes, just because it is like a lower to mid price range. I would say no for them quality wise if their price range was in like the 70 to 100 range.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't blame you.
I don't know.
And then overall rating, I gave them like a 7 to 7.5 out of 10. What do you give?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, considering all of the things, I would say.
The next brand is Gymshark, which I feel like they've been around forever. So, of course, they're going to have some inconsistencies since they've been around forever. I feel like recently their branding and their quality has gotten better, but I haven't ordered from them recently. So this is like almost like some of their older launches opinion of mine. I would say their quality is a 7 out of 10. Takes?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
It's not like the best, it's not revolutionary, but their stuff fits well. And they have like some really great launches and then some like more affordable pieces that might be made out of like a cheaper fabric. Likes and dislikes, like I said, they've been around for a long time. So they're definitely like pioneers in the fitness space. They also have done some really creative launches. Some of them don't hit, like the sweat one we talked about, but some of them do hit and they become like a new trend.
Speaking of that,
okay.
I posted... Did you see the post that I made on Instagram? And it was like...
Where you were sweating?
Yes. It was like that. And someone said, not Julia wearing the new Gymshark like sweat things. And it was
funny.
It was actually an Alphalete set, but it literally did look like it. It was funny.
You should have put them like side by side. That's great. Okay, like I said, I haven't bought for them in a while, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I always felt like their fabric choices were like a little inconsistent where I would like buy 2 pairs of leggings, just 2 different types of leggings. One of them would fit me perfect. The other would be like 3 sizes too big on my waist or something like that, where I just feel, of course I'm being dramatic. They were like a half a size too big, but still. I don't love when brands are inconsistent because it makes me nervous to order from them, especially because they are an e-commerce brand. It's like, I don't want to have to return items if they don't fit me. So it's so hard to see. They are on the more inclusive side. Again, they were kind of bullied into it, but now they're starting to show different body types, which I like to see. And their size range is an extra, extra small to a 2XL, which is the same as Alphalete. So like pretty standard, I would say, like acceptable, you know? Are they worth the price? I say yes. They're the most affordable out of all of these brands. Most of their tops average $20 to $45 and bottoms are $28 to $54, which I would say like, I at least appreciate that they have more affordable options for the people getting into the gym world that want cute like gym wear and don't want to spend $60, $70 on some leggings. I
agree. I definitely agree with that. And I remember Gymshark was the first brand that I ever invested money in that was like I don't know, like a influencer kind of
thing. Did you ever
thing.
get the leggings that had like the contour right under the butt? Those were like the leggings.
Yes. I had those. I had like all the Vital seamless sets, which was like the legging with the bra with the top, and those were tight.
I still have their long sleeve Vitals in 2 colors, and I actually, they're also running a sale right now. I don't know if it's still going on once this comes out, but like at the time of filming, so go check. They're running like up to 80% off, and I was like, I might go order more because I love how those fit.
They also have one of the best like summer sales out of any of the brands. Yeah. And I do remember that because I would wait. Like
They're Black Friday too. They go crazy.
That's true. Black Friday.
There was a time I was in Hawaii during Black Friday, or it was the summer sale, one big sale, and the time difference meant I set an alarm for 4 a.m. so I could shop this sale before the pieces I wanted sold out. And I just like distinctly remember that in that time in my life.
I remember my car, I had the most crappy car at the time, and it was like literally dying and pittering out. And I was at a car repair place waiting hours for it to get fixed. And now that I'm realizing it, I'm like, why were you spending money on Gymshark when you should have been paying for your car? But I was sitting there in the lobby, like connected to Wi-Fi waiting. But I absolutely loved their stuff when I got it. And I feel like there was a dip in quality at one point, and then it kind of went back. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how that works with it. Probably changing manufacturers, and then people got mad. And I don't know. This is me, alleged. But I remember I bought this set. It was a Vital set, and it was the purple one. And I wore it to the gym one time, and I had 2 holes in the leggings.
No. I actually think I ripped their leggings as well.
But I let them know. I emailed them. They asked for photos. They sent me a new one, which was awesome.
Love it.
Because regardless of like, of course, like it sucks that it ripped, as long as they also have like a return policy and they actually answer, then that's amazing that they actually send you something back and they're not just leaving you hanging. I've ordered from another brand who shall not be named. Never.
People were guessing in the comments the last time you mentioned them. I think
some of them, yeah.
Actually, no, I think one person got it right, but most people were guessing wrong.
I ordered from one brand, and multiple of my items from that launch had holes in them after training in them one time. Never got a response back. Looked it up on Reddit. Nobody ever gets a response back.
I believe we're talking about the same brand, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want to have to find this and edit it out in the future. But I ordered from them once. I did not get my package. I'm not exaggerating, 4 months. And I got it as a Christmas gift for someone. It was heartbreaking that I had to tell them that their package was taking 4 months. I emailed multiple times, like messaged on social media multiple times, and like never heard back. And then they put out like a widespread message being like, "Our bad." And it's like, yeah, you're bad. Like, what? Yes. Like, all of us paid like hundreds of dollars and we're not getting our goods. And it did eventually come, but it was like super upsetting that it took that long. Like, terrible
Especially when it's a gift for someone and then you're like, I promise you, like, I was trying to be thoughtful and now it's months.
I was so sad.
Yeah. So I that's also something that is important. It's like, what are these return policies? Like, how do they respond? Do they just ignore you? Do they not care?
Yeah.
And I know for sure that Alphaletes, Buffbunnies, and Gymsharks. I haven't done anything with Oner Active because I haven't tried to return anything yet. I know that they like answer you, they solve the problem, they send you a new one. Great. Love that shit. Love it.
Overall, I gave them the same as Darc Sport, a 7 to 7.5 out of 10. Would you agree? Would you rank them higher, lower?
I'd say they're higher than Darc Sport. I think they're higher than
As
Darc
we were
Sport.
talking, I was like, yeah,
they're
I should probably switch these. I think especially because like size range and things like that and like consistency with quality, I think they're above. Okay, the last one we have is Lululemon. And I do think their quality is 9 out of 10. I think it's one of the best quality. Yeah. Again, like such an industry standard, like super consistent. They're kind of up there with like a Nike and Adidas. Like they've been doing this long enough. They know how to pick good fabric, and their stuff is expensive because of the quality.
All of the ones that we just talked about, I would say are in one category. Yeah. And Lululemon is in a different category. It is like Lululemon, like Nike, Adidas, like it's in that kind of category.
And out of those categories, I would probably rank them number 1. I just think out of like the accessibility and the advertisement towards people like us, that's why they're last on this list. But I think they're a great brand. Like all of these are good. That's why they're the top, you know, like we're not like ranking like weird Amazon brands that you've never heard of.
Aurora, Aurora.
Which I'm not a fan of their shorts. I think they're overhyped. My hot take.
They're like a dupe for the Alphalete
They don't
ones.
fit me well, though.
I've never tried them before.
But I have one pair, and every time I put them on, I'm like, they give me like a soggy butt.
Soggy?
Yeah. They gap a little on the butt. Like they don't fit as tight as I wish they fit, which maybe I need to size down, but also like I'm always a medium. Like True. I never order a small.
Yeah. Then you order a small and you're going to chop your legs off.
Exactly.
With the
so Lululemon, of course, again, they're consistent, their quality, their designs are all, you know what to expect. They're all amazing. Everything I do own for them, I wear often.
And you've had a long time.
And I've had a long time. Yeah. And I also found out they have a policy where they have like an in-house tailor or something like that, where like if you do rip it, you can bring them in and they'll either like repair or replace. I think that's like cool. a thing. I don't know how long that like warranty lasts, but even someone told me that they like changed sizes and they brought them in and they turned their leggings into shorts. And I'm like, that's just kind of sick.
That's awesome.
So I don't know how any of that works, but I've heard about that. So their customer service is also great, obviously, because they're such a big brand. It needs to be. The only reason I put them as a lower score is because I don't know if they're worth the price. I do think the quality is amazing, but it's one of those places where I only shop there like maybe once a year because their bottoms range from $64 to $120 and their tops range from like $48 to $148. Yeah. So it's just like, I'm personally not a super bougie girl. It is not in my price range. That's why I personally rank them a little bit lower, is that's not a place where I'm going to buy often. Like I might buy one pair of leggings for like a few years, you know?
Yes. I feel like Zach likes Lululemon more than I do. Like
my brother loves their like joggers and
genuinely.
stuff.
And
yeah.
I think it's because Zach loves things that are like super comfortable. That's mostly his top priority. And I never thought that he would like Lululemon, but I think that we went in and he saw this shirt that he really, really liked and he bought one. And then he was like, oh my God. He's like, I know that this is this price, but he's like, it just feels so good on me.
Yeah.
And he's bought shorts from there. And when we go into Lululemon ever at like a mall or something, it's usually him shopping around and not me shopping around. Like I'll look and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. It's camera. I'm just, for me, I'd rather go and buy like a set from one of these other brands instead. That's
agreed.
A little bit, more like, reasonably priced, but maybe not as good as quality. But some of their stuff is also just like maybe not my style. I don't
agree.
know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But
this is all personal opinion.
Zach loves it, and my dad loves it too. When I get Lululemon stuff, it's typically a gift for somebody else instead of something for me. I think for Christmas, Zach got my dad for Secret Santa, and so Zach's like, why don't we go to Lululemon and get him like one of those shirts that I really like.
It's funny, I got my grandma some of their shirts too because she loves them.
Those
because they really are really comfortable.
Yeah. For me, Lululemon is a place I go to get gifts for other people, not for myself.
You would like their, like, they call them the BBL jacket, like the internet calls them that.
The one that like
zip
cuts
up.
down.
Yeah, I feel like you would like that.
Yes.
But I can't, I agree where it's not really my style either. Yeah. Also, their size range is a little weird. I would say it's the most inclusive just because it's the largest range, but they don't do like smalls or mediums. They range from a 0 to a 20. Sometimes I do think that goes beyond that range, but that is their standard range. So interesting. So they have like a 0, a 2, 4, 6, 8.
Interesting.
And so on. Yeah.
No smalls, large, medium, none of those.
Which I think is better because it's giving more in betweens. Yeah. So like I usually opt for like a 6 if it runs a little small, or like a 2 to 4 if it runs true to size.
Interesting.
Yeah. So my overall rating for them is a 7 out of 10. Again, just sheerly the price. I think the quality is great and consistency is great. It's just not my favorite.
So let's rank them all now that we've gone over them in order of
number 1,
best to worst.
Buffbunny. They won.
Marketing, quality, price range, inclusivity.
They're a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, if they're hitting all the things.
Number 2, we have Oner Active, which we ranked at 8.75 out of 10.
Have you been changing them as we've been doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what came after that?
After that is Alphalete with an 8.5 out of 10. After that is Gymshark with a 7.5 out of 10. And then Darc Sport and Lululemon are both getting a 7 out of 10. I would rank, now that I'm looking at it, Lululemon above Darc Sport.
Same.
So let's put Lululemon at like a 7.25 and we'll keep Darc Sport at a 7 out of 10.
Cool.
Yeah. So all of them, again, are pretty close to 10. Like a 7 is still decent. But I think they could be better on a few fronts.
It's like ranking the worst out of the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we're curious what you guys think about each. Like, what are y'all's favorite brands? And did you like this episode?
And what are your least favorites?
And what are your least favorite? And what do you want us to talk about next? Because I am always up for buying new workout clothes and testing things out.
Same.
But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think below. And as always, we love you all so much. And you're more powerful than you think.
Bye.